Paul, like over the last year or so, there has been a big talking point out of the Bankless podcast and many others about how cool it is that crypto is so bipartisan. Both people down both aisles were trying to push crypto legislation forward over the last 18 months, a year. That has changed dramatically in the last 2 to 3 months or so, where many people are just saying it's. I don't think anyone really would debate that the Republicans, the Donald Trump party, is absolutely the pro crypto party if you are a crypto single issue voter. But also at the same time, there are people who are saying that I would agree with. Crypto, the technology, is bipartisan. The internet is not a partisan technology. Crypto, therefore, is very, very similar. Yet, nonetheless, even you just now said some bits that would allude to the fact that fundamentally crypto aligns with a more right-leaning ethos. I'm wondering, just how do you think about this debate where technology is inherently neutral, but nonetheless, the right have truly adopted and promoted crypto far quicker and with a more wholeheartedness than the left has. But it's also technology. How do you navigate this?
Architecture matters so much. So how I navigate this is it is basically liberty enhancing. This kind of decentralized technology enhances liberty and preserves privacy and freedom, which are the cornerstone principles of the center-right movement. Now, there's different kinds of Republicans. There's populists. There's big government Republicans. I'm a classical liberal. I want to conserve the principles that made our country great: liberty, freedom, privacy, self-determination, free enterprise, free markets. That's the kind of conservative I am. That's not necessarily in vogue these days with the kind of populism we have these days. But this Web3 blockchain technology is in perfect keeping with the philosophy and the principles that I want to conserve as a conservative. If you're a progressive, that is anathema to that, because generally speaking, now you're asking a conservative to tell you what liberals think or the left thinks. So just take it for a grain of salt. But a progressive is much more of a collectivist, less of an individualist. And they believe that it is good and right that you centralize decision-making, you centralize government actions in the sake of harmonizing people's lives and making them for the better. Go back and read Hegel and Bismarck and Max Weber and all these guys to turn in the last century. And that is very much in keeping with that sort of progressive Wilsonian doctrine. That is what I would describe as sort of the cornerstone philosophy of sort of an Elizabeth Warren progressivism or an AOC progressivism. And Web3 and crypto are anathema to that philosophical or epistemological construct. That is why this is a problem. But if you take a look at, let's just say, more practical Democrats, more center-left Democrats, Richie Torres, Ro Khanna, I'm just throwing names off the top of my head, who are more embracing of this technology, who see that it actually does do good things for the people they want to help, the unbanked, the third world, the people who don't get access to banking products, they can be helped with this kind of technology. It just means, though, you're decentralizing power. It just means, though, you're not centralizing, collectivizing power, but people are helped nevertheless. So I think you can get left of center practical Democrats who are pro-technology to also see the benefits that this technology brings to society and appeal to them and build yourself a big right and center left movement that is majoritarian in this country that embraces Web3 technology. But that's not Gary Gensler. That's not Joe Biden. That's not Lena Khan. That's not Elizabeth Warren. But it is a lot. I'm just, like I said, I'm post-politics. It is a lot of people left of center. The question is, are they running their party? Are they running Congress or not? And they haven't been lately. We'll see what the future provides. But if we have an election where you have a center-right axis, then I think you can get off the dime and get a lot of this stuff passed and advance Web3 blockchain technology so that crypto, so that, blockchain and stable coins and all the rest are deployed in America with good regulatory footprints that allow for sandboxes, state experimentation, and all this innovation to occur in America, where all of this got started.
So
Does that make
Paul,
sense?
it does. Yeah. And as we start to close this out, I'm going to ask maybe for some prognostication here, just like, it's kind of a coin flip on who wins at this point, at least according to polls, prediction markets, right? Trump versus Harris. Let's say the Congress swings, like it goes in the direction of Republican, right? You're expecting more crypto legislation progress there. Let's contrast that if you have a Republican Congress and then you have a Republican president. So Donald Trump wins, let's say. I'm assuming you believe he's just going to keep his election promises, not veto anything, be incredibly pro-crypto, and all of the stablecoin legislation, the things that we've been talking about, that just passes in that case. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And then, okay, so let's say we have a Republican Congress, and then we have Kamala Harris as in the executive branch. I think from the episode that, from the conversation thus far, you would say that we're still going to make progress on key legislation pieces. You don't expect Kamala Harris to just be default anti-crypto veto that will still make progress, but it'll be slower progress. But either way, over the next 4 years, we make progress?
Yeah, I think that's right. Now, what's the game theory here, which people who are listening to podcasts aren't, inside congressional people, what happens in lame duck? What happens in lame duck? By the way, because you've got a market structures bill that's out of the House. You've got, lip service being paid to it in the Senate. And then you've got stablecoin legislation that is very close to being dislodged. Whoever wins the presidency and Congress will decide whether you have a productive or unproductive lame duck session of Congress. So from the second week of November till January 1st, there's going to be a legislative window there where maybe a lot gets done or maybe nothing gets done based upon who's coming into power from where we are. So you could see a situation where a lot of this stuff gets done right then and there because Donald Trump didn't win and Republicans don't have everything. So we want to get stuff done right now. But if we have a better government around the corner, we're going to do nothing and wait till then. So that point I'm trying to make is I see both of those scenarios, pro-crypto scenarios, pro-market structure scenarios, pro-stablecoin scenarios. It's whether they get done sooner rather than later is the question. So I again, because this administration's so bad, it can't get worse. And I think it's going to get better because I think enough Democrats are coming around to the fact that we need to do this. And that they have enough support. And I think that, along with the momentum that Republicans are bringing the issue, gives me a more positive outlook. My point is, do it fast. Things are happening. Enbridge is up and running. The Europeans already passed a market structure and a stablecoin bill. Let's get going because we're going to lose this market in America.
To continue leveling up your crypto game, then you need to get on the Bankless newsletter. It's the world's most popular crypto email and is completely free. Just click below to sign up.